So good evening to our scholars, our distinguished guests, faculty, and friends of Baylor. As the head of our beloved school, I am profoundly honored to welcome each of you to our annual scholarship dinner. Tonight we gather not just as a community, but as a family, united by a shared commitment to excellence, a passion for learning, and a deep respect for the legacy that has shaped the very foundation of our school. As we sit amidst the beauty of our campus here this evening, we are reminded of the rich history that surrounds us. Baylor, with our storied past and visionary beginnings, has long stood as a beacon of knowledge, leadership, and character. It is a legacy that has been meticulously crafted by generations of scholars and benefactors whose dedication and generosity have lit the path for countless students to follow their dreams and achieve their full potential. Tonight, we celebrate the spirit of giving and the power of education. We are here to honor the remarkable achievements of our scholars who have shown exceptional dedication to their academic pursuits and to the values we hold dear at Baylor. Your hard work, resilience, and ambition are the embodiment of the legacy we cherish. You are not just students, you are the architects of our future. You are poised to make meaningful contributions to our world. To our cherished scholarship providers, your generosity is the cornerstone of this legacy. You have opened doors, created opportunities, and truly changed lives. Your support extends far beyond the financial assistance you provide. It is a vote of confidence in the potential of our students, a commitment to the future of our community, and a testament to the enduring power of education. Tonight's gathering serves as a reminder of the impact we can have when we come together to support the pursuit of excellence. It is a call to action for all of us to contribute to the tapestry of Baylor's history, to ensure that future generations have the same opportunities to grow, to learn, and to lead. As we enjoy this evening's festivities, let us reflect on the importance of the legacy we are all a part of. Let us be inspired by the past, motivated by the present, and excited for the future. Together, we are building a legacy that transcends time, a legacy of knowledge, leadership, and character. So thanks again for being here. Now I'm going to ask that Jayla Simpkins come forward and offer a blessing, and we will begin eating, and then we'll let everybody gather together and talk for a while we eat, and then we'll resume programming here in about 20 minutes. So, Jayla.
Hi, my name is Jayla Simpkins. I'm a junior day student, and this is my 6th year here at Baylor. I'll be giving the invocation prayer. Let us pray. Heavenly Father, as we gather here tonight at the annual Baylor School Scholarship Dinner, we pause to reflect on the blessings bestowed upon us. We are immensely grateful for the students who have shown dedication and perseverance in their academic pursuits, for their families who have supported them through every challenge, and for the generous donors whose contributions have made their Baylor experience possible. We ask that you bless each student here, endowing them with courage, wisdom, and strength as they continue on their educational journey. May they always be inspired to live with magnanimitas and exhibit resilience, honor, empathy, positivity, and curiosity. Bless also their families who have sacrificed and loved unconditionally. May they find joy in the achievements of their children and peace in the knowledge that their support has been a cornerstone of their children's success. We also extend our deepest gratitude to the donors gathered here. Their kindness and generosity create opportunities that transform lives. May they see the profound impact of their giving in the lives of these students. Together, let us celebrate the unity and purpose that brings us together tonight. May this dinner not only honor what has been accomplished, but also inspire us to continue to make a positive difference in the world. In your holy name we pray, amen.
Tonight you will hear from 3 senior scholars who have directly benefited from your support. And you will also hear from 3 alumni who have chosen to pay their Baylor experience forward by supporting the scholarship program. We'll begin with our first speaker tonight, Allie Johnston. Let's give her a round of applause as she's coming up.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Allie Johnston, a senior boarding student from Alexandria, Virginia, and I'll be attending the University of Virginia next year. To start, I'd like to thank everyone who worked so incredibly hard to make this night possible. From the exceptionally generous donors to the wonderful kitchen staff, you have made such a huge difference at Baylor and in the lives of all the students. Trying to summarize just one lesson I've learned here at Baylor feels impossible. During my 4 years at Baylor, I've learned so much. The school has provided me with stability, an education with numerous opportunities, and countless friendships. However, through it all, I think it's important to highlight what I believe Baylor's helped me with the most: failure. While I know this doesn't sound like a promising contribution, I can assure you it is. Failure is an obstacle we all experience in everyday life. We often face the fear of failure, the embarrassment that comes from it, and the resurgence of that anxiety that makes you never want to do it again. What I believe is great about Baylor is that Baylor doesn't stop you from failing. As much as people like to say, you can't fail at Baylor, I feel like that phrase is inaccurate, and my math grade may support that feeling. To me, Baylor's most significant contribution is the relentless work on the part of everyone at the school to make sure you learn from failure and that you go on and succeed from it. The Baylor family is efficacious in their determination to help you rise. Everyone acknowledges hard times, but they also make sure those times do not define you. It's important to learn how to fail because it's also how you learn to grow. Baylor's created a community where you can fail, but not for long. There have been numerous times where I felt that everything was out of my control and that I had failed. And there was never a person here who didn't offer to help me or a teacher who didn't believe I could make it. For me, this school has grown to become bigger than just an education. Baylor is a complex web of faculty, students, parents, and alumni who all form a community of support and care that is unlike any other. I would like to thank the donors again for providing me and so many other students the opportunity to gain so much more than just an education. You provide the resources, opportunities, and support that help us turn failures into beautiful successes. Thank you, and go Big Red.
Hello, my name is Hamilton Edlin. I'm a four-year boarding student from Lexington, Kentucky, and I'm honored to be speaking with you tonight. I want to first express how thankful I am for all the donors tonight, for those who invested in my future, in my classmates' future, and in the future of Baylor. I would especially like to thank the Card family for their longstanding support of the Card Family Scholarship, which I received as a Carter Scholar. Their generosity is a testament to their family's belief in the support of our school. I come up here today not with a reflection of what my school has done for me, but a reflection of what you have done for our school. Because of your generosity, Baylor Leads is more than a marketing campaign. Baylor Leads becomes real. You have fostered opportunities for all of us to do better, be better, and learn the true meaning of having a Baylor impact. You lead by example, and we are all watching. We are learning the importance of paying it forward and giving back by supporting education to develop tomorrow's leaders today. My classmates and I have served as captains of our respective teams, presidents of our organizations, representing Baylor here locally or nationally. This room and our campus is full of exemplary student leaders. We've won championships, worked with NASA, and traveled the world. We have excelled at every possible opportunity, and when I first came on campus, I quickly learned that this is the expectation. To my fellow students, regardless of whether you've been here for a few short months or a few short months away from starting an entirely new journey, seize every opportunity, embrace every challenge, and never forget the values instilled in you by those who believed in your potential. And so in closing, I would like to thank my parents, coaches, and friends for making my Baylor experience one for the books. To the supporters, thank you again for your belief that we are truly worthy of your investment. Thank you for your unwavering commitment to our students and our school, and we are grateful for all of you and hope we will make you proud. Thank you, and go Big Red.
Hi, my
My name is V.A. Polk, and I am a four-year boarder from McLean, Virginia. Congratulations to our scholars, and thank you to the people who make this dinner and our Baylor experience possible. This dinner is very special and emotional for me because it pushes me to reflect on my last 4 years at Baylor and remind myself of all that Baylor has given me. Yes, I received a scholarship, but being a Carter Scholar and a Baylor student has exposed me to much more than that. Baylor has given me unique opportunities to be involved in the school's community. Baylor gave me the opportunity to be a cheerleader, to serve on the Birding and Missions Council, to get involved in Baylor Church, to volunteer for Habitat for Humanity, and more. Through these experiences, I have immersed myself in the Baylor community and built incredible relationships. I learned that I want to study architecture, that I enjoy speaking to an audience, and that I am passionate about serving our community. Now, as I prepare to leave for college, I can fully understand how fortunate I will be to have graduated from Baylor. I am academically prepared and passionate about my involvement and activities. So as I embark on my next chapter, also at the University of Virginia, I will have the Baylor experience backing everything I do. While I cannot wait to use the skills and passions that I gathered at Baylor to get involved in another community, I will stay focused on giving back to Baylor. In college and for the rest of my life, I will be an ambassador for Baylor, and I am excited to advocate for the school and the Baylor community as I see other alumni do. But today, I hope I can inspire the younger scholars here to cherish their Baylor experiences and continue to get involved in our community. Get involved now, and you'll be glad you did. You'll be better prepared for your next step, and you will carry passions and skills with you for the rest of your life. Just don't forget to thank Baylor. Thank you.
Good evening. For those who don't know me, my name is Ricky Johnson. I was part of the class of 2003 here at Baylor. I was fortunate to know majority of the individuals we'll be talking about and honoring tonight. I was also fortunate to spend 6 incredible years here at this school. When I was first asked to introduce Natalie and Katie, there was no doubt in my mind that I wanted to be part of this night. But living 7 hours away, it seemed hard-pressed to travel midweek to give a short 3-minute introduction. To most people, this is just a small moment in time, but over my years, through the good and the bad, I've come to realize life is made of small moments. Small moments like meeting Johnson Bryant for the first time, Philip Cole for the first time, and Chris Wright for the first time. Those moments open doors to lasting friendships with all 3 of those men. Moments I'm so happy and blessed to have had during my time at Baylor and beyond. Those moments also led me to meet Natalie and Katie and the families to each of those individuals. Everyone here has and will continue to have those types of small moments. So I'd like to encourage you not to overlook them or take them for granted, but to chase them down and embrace them. Find those small moments, the small moments that have led you to where you are now here at Baylor, the small moments that will carry you on to your next phases in life, and the small moments that will bring you back to this special place for nights just like this. Small moments have helped mold who you are, and there's no doubt they will continue to be a driving force to who you'll become and what you will accomplish. I am honored to be part of this night and this moment in time. It's something I will cherish and carry with me for the rest of my life. I hope the same for each scholarship recipient in this room. With that being said, I would like to introduce 2 very dear and special people to both myself and the Baylor family, Natalie Cole Parker and Katie Cole Brown.
Whew, all right. Heart might be just beating a little bit fast right now. Small moments. Isn't that what life's all about? Tonight is a great night for inspiration and a night of celebrating all of you in the room. Ricky, you're awesome. We love you. Thank you for traveling here tonight. It does mean the world to us. I know you already know that. And now you all know I'm Katie Brown, Natalie Parker, also known as the Cole Sisters. And I know I can say on behalf of both of us, we are beyond honored to speak tonight. When we were asked, we had to ask ourselves, why us? Well, the answer does seem simple. We were both Baylor graduates, 98 and 01. We both married Baylor alumni. We both served on the alumni board and have spent countless hours on the phone-a-thon, and to this day have some very close friends that were our classmates. So yeah, it makes sense for us to stand up here and talk about what Baylor means to us. But in all honesty, it goes way beyond that. Our continued involvement and support and love for Baylor is rooted in so much more. It's deeply personal. We have a unique perspective to the scholarship program and this annual dinner. We have attended this dinner since its first debut 18 years ago. Our support began with the creation of the Philip Cole 2003 Scholarship, which was made in memory of our brother. Our dedication and desire to pay tribute to Philip's legacy and to honor and to create the recipients of the scholarships are profoundly ingrained. Through these dinners, we are continually inspired and the innate gifts, the talents, and the remarkable impact all of you scholars have made to Baylor, to your community, and to those around you.
Tonight we celebrate you. Mic adjustment. Tonight we celebrate you. We celebrate your accomplishments and your dedication and your many contributions to this school. Now we ask you to join us in taking a moment and to reflect on Baylor's core values: resilience, positivity, empathy, curiosity, and honor. We're going to take you on a personal journey to share some stories, to allow us to reflect and pay tribute to those who came before you. We know they have stories of inspiration, and we want to be able to share those with you. And obviously, we're celebrating you guys as well and the values embodied by all of you in this room. Philip Cole, 2003 Scholarship, Resilience. Philip was our younger brother. We'd say being the youngest with us as older sisters might be enough to qualify him as resilient. And any of you in this room who are younger siblings, you know that resilience is your thing. For those of you who knew Philip in this room, you knew he was big. He was a big guy in both size and personality. Philip had a big heart, a big laugh, a big smile, a big sense of humor. And at the 6'4" and 280 pounds he grew to be, he was just big. A hug from Philip put shame to the term bear hug. But at a young age, before his teens and before Baylor, he was big, but not so much in height yet. And there was a particular schoolmate, he was picking on him, and he would make fun of his weight, and it got to him. So he spoke to Mom, and on a few different occasions. And she, always with her wise and witty tricks up her sleeve to help him manage these types of situations. But I think her most impactful exercise, which has worked for us, and we hope it works for everyone in this room, she told him, "Close your eyes." She said, "Stop thinking about who you are on the outside. Who is Philip? Now, tell me what you see." He said, "Well, I'm nice, I'm fun, I like to play with friends," and he went on. So I know he carried that exercise with him because that is who he became. He became the Philip he saw. At Baylor, he grew into size and he remained big. Philip carried his wit, resolve, and genuine love for people throughout everything. He took advantage of every opportunity here. He went on all the trips he could go on. He joined different clubs. He would come and eat breakfast at 7 a.m. with his boarding friends. You know, he tried wrestling, decided it was not for him. But he played baseball and football, and his passion for football continued when he decided he wanted to play in college. So Philip decided he was going to work harder. He practiced harder. He exercised. And all of his hard work paid off. It earned him a position on the football team at Swanee, which was something he was very proud of. Now, let's talk about someone here today who also embodies resilience. V.A. Polk, as you heard her speak, has many passions as evident in her multifaceted talents interests, and accolades here at Baylor. From her position on the Student Leadership Board, her involvement in Walkabout, where she impressed the instructors with her kayaking skills from the start, to being named Abshire Fellow, she's a cheerleader, her participation in Baylor Church, an award winner in the National Merit Scholarship Program, and I am sure I am missing so much more. VA has somehow managed to add to that list to ensure that she explores her passion in architecture. VA traveled to Europe, learning more about the history of architecture, and she came back armed with that knowledge and sought out opportunities to get involved in the local efforts to preserve and restore historical buildings and landmarks. She has shown so much resilience throughout her 4 years boarding at Baylor while balancing her rigorous course schedule and all of these activities, and to boot, she will graduate as a global scholar and study architecture at the University of Virginia.
Stephen B. Bettis, 1984 scholarship. Positivity. In the summarized words of Maya Angelou, people will forget what you said, and people will forget what you did, but they will never forget the way that you made them feel. These are the words that easily summarize Steve Bettis, a man with a zest for life and a love of others who naturally impacted those around him by just being himself. A close friend described Steve as the truest definition of genuine, a natural cheerleader for all who constantly celebrated the accomplishments and the victories of others. His son Owen spent a summer interning for me, and on his first day, I heard him on the phone excitedly talking to his dad, who had called to check in. After a few minutes, Owen hung up, and he looked at me with a big grin, and he eagerly said, "All right, I'm ready. Let's go." I have no doubt the words Steve had for him were words of encouragement and motivation, or it could have been a joke between the two of them that only they knew. There were so many calls that summer, and all of which would end with a big smile from Owen. When Owen wrapped up his internship, I had not met Steve yet, but I knew firsthand what a proud father and true cheerleader he was for his children. He was known well at Baylor for his consistent attendance to almost every sporting event and for his passionate, oftentimes boisterous cheering for all players. As a champion for all things Baylor and as a trustee, Steve found his passion in creating new programs and opportunities for students. He left a legacy of his own when he and his wife Vivian worked diligently on a new lacrosse field with the objective of it being named in honor and memory of Tucker Hunt, a 7th grade Baylor student and lacrosse player who passed away in 2010. Steve's energy and positivity radiated with every word he breathed. He gave his heart to all. According to his family, there is no doubt he was all in, no matter what the occasion was. Nellie, which I just learned that was your nickname, and I love it. A nickname that brings a smile to your face. And speaking of smiles, Nelson McKnight's own smile exudes a natural warmth that welcomes you into his orbit. If you know him, then you know he is also an all-in type of guy. When asked about Nelson, his teachers easily refer to him as a student who engages with his whole heart. He sees the positive in everyone and naturally brings joy to those around him. His coach affirms, Nelson is a remarkable individual. He's known for being fiercely, and that was said a couple times, passionate, with a determination and dedication to do better. Nelson's passionate disposition is not only contagious, but motivating to others. He is an outstanding athlete, a diligent student, and honestly a genuinely loving person. I can't stop without at least acknowledging his record-setting 98-yard fumble return at Baylor. I have no doubt the Baylor-McCallie State Championship will be etched into Baylor's history. And I'm pretty sure anyone who was there, the energy that you felt in the stadium, you still feel it now. And it's the energy that you feel with Nelson by your side. As he embarks on his final season of baseball here at Baylor, we know his overall authenticity, his sincere passion, and his unwavering positive outlook will undoubtedly leave an enduring mark, whether he is on the field or off.
King Emig, 1969 scholarship, empathy. What a magnanimous and fun human. I had the great fortune of knowing King and loving him. From my days at Baylor all the way through my 30s, when I would see he and Margie at Boathouse, maybe a few too many times a week that we should all admit we were eating out, King always had a smile on his face. And the first thing he would say is, "Hey, Natalie, how are you?" He did this to everyone. He genuinely wanted to know how you were. No matter what the response, King was truly ready to engage. He listened wholeheartedly, which was a gift to so many people, and something I'm sure we can all admit we could use a little bit more of. But then he would thoughtfully and quickly impart his thoughts and words of wisdom and encouragement to you. Every time you left King, you felt better, you walked lighter, more at ease, and if somehow he had magically transferred his smile to your face. But his empathy ran deeper. It was on a one-on-one level and not for show. He gave to others selflessly with no expectation of anything in return. So much of what King did was behind the curtain. For example, a caddy who knew King well and was struggling to afford college asked King for advice. He later shared with the family that King had helped him so much personally, but also paid for his books through college. You know there are a million more stories like this when it comes to King. King impacted so many people through his faith, his family, his years at Baylor as a legacy, as a golf coach here for 12 incredible years, and his countless community outreach programs and nonprofit involvements. Luke List, pro golfer and Baylor class of 2003, coached by King, he said, "Anytime I was struggling or made a bogey, King would always come over and say, 'Don't worry, I've seen you birdie this hole.' He was so positive about moving on and focusing on the next shot in the future, or he would just make me laugh." Across all of these people whose lives were touched by King, everyone would agree in these moments with him, he had a way of making you feel of the utmost importance. He listened, but more importantly, he empathized with you. And no matter who you were, he advocated for your best life. There's a motto here at Baylor, Amat Victoria Curam, Latin for victory loves preparation. Theo de Roche has fully adopted this creed in his athletic and academic endeavors, but has also extended it to the support of his fellow classmates. He is not only a talented golfer who's headed to Lynn University on a golf scholarship, but a gifted mathematician. According to his teacher, he stated that Theo is unafraid to investigate and kick around new ideas with colleagues, and he is eager to coach classmates who are intimidated by complex notation or hesitant to try new strategies. He understands how to relate and help his peers make critical mathematical connections. Armed with a natural gift to help others, Theo knows that helping someone does not mean simply giving the answers, which we all know we want sometimes. The encouraging attitude he brings to his team, whether on the golf green or in a mathematical learning group, brings everyone up. He embraces frustration and confusion as a normal part of the learning process, which in return helps him and his classmates persevere through challenging problems. With his knack for tackling anything put in front of him, Theo uses his innate approach and takes the time to teach and encourage others so that they can achieve the same. He is selfless and thrives to see others succeed.
Johnson Bryant, 2003 scholarship, curiosity. To say Johnson Bryant was curious is an understatement. From a young age, he loved to explore and play and was eager to learn about the world around him. And honestly, he had no fear. As his mother Toy shared with us, he was no stranger to an ER visit. We remember Johnson's infectious smile, his wit, and always offered a hint of mischievousness in the most playful way. He always kept you laughing and on your toes. He independently read challenging novels, watched thought-provoking films, and relished in having spirited intellectual and philosophical debates with his friends. Gifted with a photographic memory, he was able to look at a chemistry table the night before and then ace a test the next day. Johnson loved Baylor and appreciated the academic and athletic discipline it taught him. But at the top of that was the relationships and friendships he formed here. His curiosity only deepened while he was at Baylor. While he was there as an athlete excelling in both football and tennis, he explored his natural artistic talents and found a love for the Baylor Arts program. Behind his bravado, his curiosity revealed the sensitive soul that he was. He was a friend, a son, and a sibling who would do anything for anybody. His thirst for knowledge, his zeal for life, and colorful personality left a mark on Baylor and so many of his friends. Curiosity. What a remarkable trait. Most people have a curious mind at a young age, which allows them to explore and gain some understanding of the world around them. Often, these early curiosities get pushed to the back of their minds, and if you're lucky, they eventually resurface later in life. Luke Thompson, however, cultivated a fascination with birds from a tender age. And unlike many, his curiosity not only endured, but blossomed into a daily passion. Known to be the guy who hears about a bird and will travel immediately to go see it, has built a sizable presence in the local birding community. Luke stands out as a rare gem. He is a birder who is not only young, but also remarkably knowledgeable and passionately dedicated. With the start of a birding podcast and an opportunity to lead a birding trip in Panama, encountering someone like Luke is akin to spotting a spotted towhee on Baylor's campus. It is uncommon, and it's truly remarkable.
Christopher Wright, 2003 scholarship, honor. As Ricky mentioned, Chris was a very close friend, and he graduated in the class of 2003 with Philip and Ricky. It was a gift to have him in our lives. Everyone who knows Chris would agree he carried himself with honor and integrity across every facet of his life. As a husband, a father, a son, a brother, a friend, a student at Baylor and at Yale, an athlete again at Baylor and at Yale, a progressive entrepreneur, and a philanthropist. He epitomized these traits, so much so that his friends, even at a young age, aptly nicknamed him Captain America. Chris was a paradox, and you could see it. Him being around, we could see it. And that even at a young age, he managed to have the energy and excitement of the young boy he was, but he had the morals and kindness of someone much older, something I know that Janet and Greg instilled in him. Obversely, as an adult, Chris was an honorable man we all knew he'd grow up to be, but he still managed to exude that vivacity and young excitement, and it was in the most magnetic manner. He made everyone feel special. He genuinely loved engaging with people and found every interaction a moment in time to connect and an opportunity either to better himself or those around him. And that was here at Baylor, but everywhere he went. Ricky and Will shared a story with us that really paints Chris's character. At the Baylor golf tournament held at Macklemore during Alumni weekend, they played in a group together. There was a par 4, and Chris was the only one with the strength and the length to hit the green. So the other 3, they shoot. They're about 30 yards short of the green. And Chris gets up, pulls out his 4-iron, and he strips it right next to the other guys. The rest of the guys are perplexed. Why would you not take the shot? You're the only one who could have made that. And Chris, his response was, I'm just here to be out with you guys. He hopped in with 4 more groups that day, playing with 10 more people. Even as a fierce competitor and athlete, for him that day, it wasn't about shooting the lowest score. It was all about camaraderie and honoring the people and the school he loved. Thoughtful, kind, and considerate are just a few words that describe Guillaume Paquette. When asked for commentary about him, his teacher quickly sang his praise and his respectable character. He said he's a congenial young man with a winning sense of humor and an admirable ability to get along with his peers. He is inclined to see the best in people, and sensing this, others are inclined to trust him and look to him for support. In a year of working with Guillaume, I never heard him utter a harsh word or imprecation towards anyone. In my English class, Guillaume was a center of positive energy and calm thoughtfulness. His peers value his input and listen to him when he speaks. Guillaume's dedication and honorable nature were evident to faculty member Tim Larimore when he put together a Challenge Air Fly Day, a Saturday of free flights for children with disabilities. He shared, Guillaume was one of the first to raise his hand to volunteer. But a few weeks before the event, he had shoulder surgery. That Saturday, he not only showed up with a huge smile on his face, but he spent the entire day helping children climb in and out of the planes. Thank you to a remarkable scholar and to all of you we were able to recognize tonight. Now, to all of the scholars here tonight, we want you to know that we delve through all of your stories. Tiffany, everyone, thank you so much for sending us things, but you guys are so impressive. Truly, what you have accomplished, be impressed with yourself. We're impressed with you. You should be proud of everything you are getting done and pat yourself on the back. We could keep here all night because you are a truly inspiring group. But as our father Larry told us, he said, nobody wants to stay after dinner. So know that your pursuit of greatness does not go unnoticed. It should more often be said to you how much of a gift you are to all of us. As Chris mentioned, and Allie and Hamilton and VA as well, to the families, faculty, friends, alumni, and the benefactors who support these scholarships. We have John Kinsey here today, who is a huge advocate for the Philip Cole Scholarship. Please know your investment goes beyond finances.
In the spirit of celebrating the power of scholarships and honoring the memories of Philip Cole, Stephen Bettis, King Emig, Johnson Bryant, and Chris Wright, and the many more other legacies that have created these opportunities, let their memories ignite you and remind you to live this life to its fullest. Take advantage of every opportunity and hold tight to the kindred relationships that Baylor and this life have to offer. To close, we would like to read an excerpt of a poem, The Dash by Linda Ellis. I read of a man who stood to speak at the funeral of a friend. He referred to the dates on the tombstone from the beginning to the end. He noted the first came the date of birth and spoke the following date with tears. But he said what mattered most of all was the dash between those years. For the dash represents all the time that they spent alive on earth. And now only those who love them know what that little line is worth. For it matters not how much we own, the cars, the house, the cash. What matters is how we live and love and how we spend our dash. Remember, your dash is your canvas, waiting to be filled with the colors of your experiences, your accomplishments, and the positive impact that you create on the world around you. What matters most is that dash in between. It's the time you spend living your life, experiencing and growing. That's it. It's pretty easy, right? No pressure.
We thank you for your time tonight, and we send you off to enjoy this life and to spread your greatness of spirit and hold dear the experiences, the friendships, and memories you make here at Baylor. Thank you all so much.
One of my favorite things in this role is to get to spend time with alums and hear their stories, and it's really rewarding. And one of the things I really love is to watch students that I've known grow into amazing adults. And for me, standing here watching Natalie and Katie, who I've known since they were students at Baylor, be able to go out and then come back and share their stories with us this evening, it's extremely powerful, and I'm extremely grateful for you to do that here. So let's give them one more round of applause, please. Thank you. Actually had to do that too. I needed a second because I knew you guys were going to make me laugh. I didn't know you were going to make me cry also. So I want to thank everyone for being here. I want to thank our amazing advancement and development team for all the work that goes into this evening. This is a monumental task that continues to grow every year, I'm proud to say. And the dining hall staff, and for everybody that has been a part of this evening, preparing this amazing opportunity for us to gather together in fellowship, I would like to give them a big round of applause as well. And finally, thanks to our students who were our speakers, as well as our student performers as we came in, both Olivia and Julian, and then Allie and Hamilton and VA. Can we give them a round of applause, please? I'm also honored this evening to formally announce 2 new scholarships. And so one of the great things about this is that we continue to grow. And I'm honored to say the first new scholarship that we are going to announce tonight is the Billy Aiken 1968 Scholarship. The Aiken Scholarship Fund has been established to provide additional support to Baylor's successful merit-based scholarship program. Aiken said he hopes the student named as the Aiken Scholar will be a student who is strong in mind, body, and spirit, as well as honor, character, and making a difference in the community, as well as valuing others, the standards that Baylor strives to instill in all of its students. So please join me and celebrate the formation of the Billy Aiken 68 Scholarship. The second scholarship you've already heard referenced by both Natalie and Katie. And so it is my distinct honor this evening to announce an endowed scholarship fund memorializing Christopher Wright, 2003, whose life, as we know, was tragically taken from us this past fall. As it once fully funded, the Christopher Wright Fund will honor his legacy by providing a full scholarship for day tuition. While there is no way to fully encapsulate our community's loss, one thing we can fervently support is honoring his legacy for future Baylor students, which you've heard both Natalie and Katie talk about. Chris Wood meant a lot to me personally, and I'm honored to be able to announce his scholarship. Please join me in celebrating the announcement of Chris Wright's scholarship. So in closing, thank you again for being here. I extend my heartfelt gratitude for you taking the time to be with us this evening, and for your ongoing support of Baylor and all that we stand for here at the school. May we continue to work hand in hand to nurture and empower our scholars, ensuring that the legacy of Baylor shines brighter with each passing year. So thanks again for joining us, and a final Go Big Red.